Hi, fellow sapphires. As always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Looks like this might be a story time. Feeling that it is. I had the Sun card come out in another reading not too long ago as kind of like the main theme, so that was really cool. Okay, so I'm getting from this right now. Maybe you're someone who is a kind of a very fiery personality. You have a lot of passion behind pretty much everything you do. It's kind of like you can't do anything without passion. And maybe you haven't always followed through on some of these things that you've thought about, but you've followed through enough to where you created a somewhat stable foundation for yourself. You found a way to maybe take something that was not your real passion, but something that you just kind of liked, and you were sorry, maybe you were able to make a living off of that for a while, but at the current moment, it seems like there's some rethinking that's being done. I don't feel like this is an external thing, though. I feel like this is your mind fighting with itself. Is this the passion that I want to go with? Because there are all these other things that I like to do as well. Is this the right one for me? I'm definitely feeling the veering path vibe again on this one. So it's no wonder that the Hecate wanted to help with this one. This type of energy, the Five of Swords, has perhaps made it to where you've had to, well, not had to, maybe it's gotten to a point where you've sort of walked away from things that you would have actually really enjoyed had you stayed and kind of nurtured those different, what's a synonym to passion? Oof. I'll just say passion again. I'll let editing me take care of synonyms. But it's something that it seems like while it may have filled the bank account or kept the home life going, it wasn't fulfilling you. And so it caused this cognitive dissonance within your own mind on whether or not this is something for you, the thing for you. And it's made you very much want to walk away, or it made you walk away. I'm not sure where in the timeline the person I'm reading for would fall on this, or people I'm reading for. Right now with my with my very small channel, it would most likely be person, but I carry on, and I love it. And I honestly, I know this sounds really cheesy to say, but I get more enjoyment out of channeling for spirit than I have found enjoyment for things that I thought I had very much a lot of passion for. It turns out that either I grew out of them or my passions were a little bit misplaced. Once again, I need to find a synonym other than passion, or a synonym to passion. I'll figure it out. Anyway, it's something that you either are thinking about walking away from, you have already walked away from, or you might already be kind of in the later part of this set. And so whatever this is was extremely difficult. It was not an easy decision to make. Or it won't be an easy decision to make, which I think is why Hecate was definitely the one to help deliver this message. I'm reading a lot into the moon, which is why I keep I don't know if you've noticed I keep trying to touch it. But we have not just the crescent, but it it almost kind of looks like the sleeping sun a little bit. Is that just me? Maybe it does in this moment. It's almost like right now you can't see the sun. It's kind of like turning off a light switch and it's just darkness. But you still have your intuitions, your emotions, the way that you feel about a certain thing, whether it's just in your head or whether it's a feeling that you can actually feel physically. You you know these sensations. You can feel these sensations. Like we all can. We all know instinctively whether or not. What's a good example? I'm just gonna go with intuition and gut reactions and the idea of, have you ever noticed that the hairs will stand up on the back of your neck before anything ever even happens? Your subconscious mind and your unconscious mind, they're picking up on things in your reality that you're not actually able to tangibly see or feel or sense in any real measurable way at that moment. They're things that are very much deeply ingrained. Like whenever you feel the pit of, or when you feel your stomach drop, if something really bad, or if you get that really bad news or something, these very visceral reactions are, I'm feeling like they're really going to point you into the direction of what you really want to be doing with your life, and not just kind of like what you have to be doing with your life, which is definitely kind of what I'm sensing with the Queen of Pentacles. She's a queen and she's staring at this pentacle, but from what I can see right now in the card, she does not look happy with that particular pentacle. It's almost like she yearns for a different pentacle, a different maybe like instead of a dandelion yellow, maybe it's a marigold yellow, a type of pentacle. I don't know. But she's really wanting to go out and explore and figure out what that pentacle is that she wants to hone, to harness, and to claim as her own. Next is the Nine of Wands. And this is kind of like our card of boundaries makes good neighbors, or good boundaries make good neighbors. I think that's the expression. But this guy is kind of looking on, just kind of side-eyeing everyone, like, you're not going to steal this happiness from me. Nah. I've figured it out. I know what what's another word? What is another word? Spark. I know what that spark is in me now. I am not letting a single person touch it. You go find your own spark. This spark is mine. Mine. So it seems like at this point, underneath the Queen of Pentacles, and next to the Eight of Cups, this is the turning point in this story that I'm seeing. You've figured it out. You know exactly what you want, and you might not know exactly how to get there at this moment yet, but you know that this one is the thing that you must hone, that you must really care for. That garden that, in the Nine of Pentacles, that garden that she's so proud of, this is what you're guarding. This is what the future of what you'll be guarding. But right now it's just some green land in the background. The garden hasn't grown yet, but you figured out what it is that you want, which kind of leaves you with this amazing opportunity of the world actually being in your hands, or your own world, your own reality. And that's really what I'm feeling for this. You have taken up the wand that you're going to take up. Notice you have two here, but you are holding one of them in this card. You know which one you're going to pick. And with that wand, you have basically, yeah, you have everything laid out before you. You know exactly what you want. You know, maybe even at this point, at this juncture, how you're going to get there. But it's it's a very happy card for me. I love the rose and lily imagery in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. The lilies always represent that childlike innocence, purity of thought, of heart, of willpower and want and desire. And then you have the rose, which is kind of like that desire that will bloomed, or having bloomed open, to where it's a more mature version of the lily, rather than kind of like that naive thing before. It brings me very much, and with the twos are very much kind of like a duality centered, and the merging of duality, or sorry, the merging of dualities. But the lilies and roses kind of bring me to that, where it's the childlike innocence meets the wisdom of age, and they merge together to create this amazing new opportunity for you, which brings you to your ultimate happiness, your ultimate goal in life, whatever that goal may be. The thing that's really going to bring you back to that kind of childlike sense of wonder and adventure and happiness and joy, and just, God, this energy makes me want to smile. But yeah, it's something that you haven't felt before. It's an amazing thing. Where am I going? Let's see. Okay, so I am learning how to do the runes, or to read the runes. And please let me know how I did down in the comments if you think there is room for improvement. I have my phone out, so if there's any that I don't know, I can look those up. Okay. Okay, so I guess my first rune I'm going to look up just to make sure I know exactly what I'm talking about before I start talking. Yes, I do. Okay. This one is called Kenaz, the Torch. And it's above the Queen of Pentacles. And I think when you were probably in the Queen of Pentacles energy with the thing that wasn't really fulfilling you, this is kind of when you had this breakthrough, at least initially. Or not initially. Maybe this is when it really burst through you, and it made itself known so much that you couldn't ignore it anymore. So we have Kenaz, the Torch, talking about enlightenment and knowledge, creativity, illumination, clarity. So all of those really great things that would kind of prove to you that what you're doing isn't really the thing that you want. If you were working a 9 to 5 that you really hated, but it paid the bills, whatever, but it just wasn't fulfilling you, this was the moment that creative spark just ignited. The illumination came, the knowledge of, oh, I really hate this. Do I have to come back here? And maybe that's when this mental battle within you began. Our next rune is Manaz. And Manaz is kind of like the community rune. It is coming up inverted, so let me check. Okay. So yeah, with the Eight of Cups, let's see if I can, I don't know if my runes, they're hand painted, and so I don't know if they show up on their own at all. Upside down, we have self-delusion, disconnection, lack of self, lack of support. So you may have received some lack of support with this kind of figuring out what you do want, just because the next energy is the no, I'm going to protect my happiness. You get your own happiness type of energy. That was a little redundant. Sorry about that. So it could have been that we started to see through that self-delusion, that that was causing that dissonance with us, with the Five of Wands. That a lack of being able to be your authentic self, that lack of being able to let your spark shine, the disconnection from your, maybe from people in general, if it got so bad that, I mean, you were just willing to walk away from something. It could have been that you were completely alienated for a while from just life until you could kind of work through these energies and figure them out. Rido, and I'll also put the names of these on the screen. Rido is actually coming out in what I like to call the diverged path form. It's come out not reversed and not the right direction, but it's on its side. So I see this as two completely different timelines that a person can take in this card. The I'm going to protect this energy at all costs card, this newfound passion. Notice how many wands. Out of the 7 on my table right now, 4 of them are wands. That's statistically not likely. But anyway, sorry, let me get back to this. Rido is about journeying and traveling. It could also be talking about movement, progress, direction. So, not just like maybe taking a pilgrimage somewhere. Perhaps that's what you need to do. But one thing it's saying for sure is that in this card, you can either let the progress that, the light, let the progress of what you've already discovered stagnate, or you can aim it in the correct direction. Those wands, they aim energy. It's kind of like, I'm going back to like Harry Potter, or pretty much anything with, or any story that showcases a witch with a wand. You're directing that magical energy toward something. And that's kind of what you need to do here. Rido is warning that if you just kind of stay put and you don't do anything, inaction is still an action. It's still a path that you're taking. So it seems like the differentiating factor is, what are you going to do in this energy? Are you going to let the energy stagnate so that you end up back at the Knight of Wands, where maybe you have like 50 other ideas and you'll see about those? Or are you going to let this progress into the Two of Wands and then into the Sun card at the end? All of that is up to you. It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like anyone can tell you what to do in this sense but yourself. Which direction do you want to go down? Do you want to finish out your path to the sun, or do you want to start back over? The first one we have coming out is self-awareness, observed from a balanced perspective. And we have a little meditating person, which kind of reminds me of the hermit energy and the idea that sometimes we have to take a break, go within, and see what it is we really want. And it could be that to figure that out, you kind of have to sit with it for a little bit and observe from many different perspectives. Maybe you're used to kind of that, well, yeah, that would be nice, but I can't do that. That's not something for me. Maybe you're used to that energy, but that's not really a balanced perspective, is it? It's bordering on kind of, I hate using this terminology, but it's bordering on self-harm energy. You're keeping yourself from seeing things from an actual equal perspective by going ahead and naysaying yourself before the entire process even starts. And a lot of this is going to come when you least expect it. It's like coming up with ideas when you're in the shower. Your brain is shut off, like it is in meditation. Well, it's not shut off, but hopefully you guys know what I mean. It's taking a little bit of a hibernation mode. and your higher consciousness, your uh, unconscious mind is in control. That's when you're really going to be able to see the bigger picture and see that, or gain that really balanced perspective. The next card we have also features the meditating person with, I love this card. So we have a kaboom of the head, of light shooting upward and into the solar plexus. This is also, okay, it mirrors very much the higher higher consciousness, subconscious thing on that card, but striking gold in every experience. This is about once you do find that higher perspective or that balanced perspective, and it could just be as simple as shifting your mindset from the half, that doesn't make any sense, hold on, the glass is half empty to the glass is half full. It could be just like as easy as that. That could be the light switch moment that it takes to put you into the sun energy, to bring you into this fulfillment, the gold in every experience. How every experience teaches you something about yourself, about life, about other people. Part of being able to take that balanced perspective is the notion of flexibility, not just with your external circumstances, but within yourself. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own cycles and our own routines that we forget that we have to be able to adapt and just go with the flow. And the ability to adjust and adapt is what they say. But it also has that yin yang, sorry, on it, bringing, oh my god, mouth. Sorry, mouth isn't mouthing as usual. The yin yang is bringing me back to the Two of Wands and that merging of self, that merging of the dark and light aspects of self are going to be the things that really bring you from this part of the circle over here. So that it's no longer a circle. It's an S. I guess it would be a kind of funky looking circle if that were the case anyway. Anyway, hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. But yeah, flexibility is definitely needed, especially whenever you are going through those energies of disconnection and alienation and just kind of fighting with your own mind over what it is that like if you're still in the phase of you haven't figured it out yet, that flexibility and that balanced perspective is going to help out immensely. I think I'm supposed to take one more card. From where is the question? Alright, so it will be from our alchemy deck today. Oh, very cool. I think anyway. Oh, the visuals on it. Okay, I can't wait to read this card. I'm not going to spoil the surprise just yet. Let me look at the Roman numerals. It's too far. Nope, actually, that's not far enough. Okay. Sorry, my wig's in the way. We have Ouroboros, the Great Serpent. The Tail Eater, the Guardian, Quantum Realm. The Ouroboros is the all-encompassing glyph of the alchemical process. The hungry snake bends itself around you in a gesture of protection and guardianship, giving you the space and safety to participate in the work. Anything and everything can be offered into its mouth for transformation. Good, bad, blasphemous, or precious, the materials of our life transmutate into gems along the great serpent's spine. Along with your woes, the Ouroboros engulfs every pair of opposites. What is masculine becomes feminine. What is sky becomes earth. What is past becomes future. When this card appears, you have entered the quantum realm. Everything is a possibility. No one knows the limits of the Ouroboros. Just when you fell into thinking that your life was straightening out, the snake takes you once again into its gaping mouth for an entirely new trajectory. To ponder, your iris encircling the pupil. Wow, I'm sorry for the voice crackle. It was almost like I re entered puberty there for a second. Note the great serpent eats itself, not others. The work starts and ends with the alchemists themselves. Through this remembrance, sorry, Through this remembrance, the alchemist learns to serve the world. Oh, sorry, to service the world. Well, that could be a little bit sexual. I think I'll go with serve. Anyway, I really love this card for this reading. It's absolutely cool. It makes a lot of sense now why Hecate would help me deliver this, and I very much appreciate the help. I do hope that this helps someone out there, and yeah, if this did help, or if you found me even the slightest bit entertaining, if you could give a girl a like and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. Bye, and thank you.